right in the couch, right by the couch. Be kind. Be kind.
Hello and welcome again to day 2 of the DME Post-Grad Beach and Ball Classic. This is the second annual Beach and Ball Classic, and it's been very exciting so far. This is Matt Panaggio being joined by Kevin Kozan. This matchup will be between Westlake Prep, SIAA team from South Florida, against DME Postgrad White. And DME lost a tough one yesterday. I think it was just by 1 point.
4 points.
4 points. They lost it late. They led most of the second half after getting down early. It was a tough one. It's a tough one losing those close games, and part of it is it's a growing pains as these guys have only been together about a month or two, and eventually towards the end of the season expect them to be playing better basketball.
Yeah, they have all the right tools to be a good basketball team.
Starters for today, little different starting group today. We got Tajay, John Sanders, Davion, Sir John, and Yafet. Yafet had some great minutes yesterday down the stretch, the big fella, and that's exciting. Expect to see that again today. Tip is won by Westlake Prep, and early, that's Williams with a strong drive right off the tip. Sir John now running the point for DME. They run John Sanders off the Iverson cut. They like to run. Back to Sir John. Shot clock down to 14. And John Sanders now hesitation. Drives it baseline. Step back. Shots off the mark. And this is Johnson with the ball now for Westlake. Nice step back move, very smooth looking jump shot. And DME, a little miscommunication. Ball goes out of bounds. Westlake ball.
It's nice to see Serge starting lineup. I know he's been sick and he's been dealing with injuries. Played yesterday, but didn't play a ton. But I'd like to see what he does with a little more minutes today, as he's their energy guy.
Yeah, he came in off the bench yesterday and brought a lot of energy. And Tajay started the game yesterday with 2 big threes. So I expect to see him. His confidence is growing. He's done a good job for Coach Kenner and this White team. Davion now, shot clock down to 8. Looks to drive it. He's fouled.
And I think this is a game that Davion, he can have a big one. He can kind of get out of his shell a little bit, attack the glass. He's a great offensive rebounder. So I'd like to see him get a lot of points in the paint today.
John Sanders for 3, no good. Westlake Prep now gets a chance to score. It's been a bit of a slower paced game, something that this White team's not used to.
Yeah, they want to get out and run. They have really good guards, and John, Serge, Cam on the bench, Tyrese on the bench. They're quick guards.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like Westlake wants to slow things down a little bit. That's good ball movement right there.
Good possession there, and that's Clavasso for 3 for Westlake Prep. Davion now at the top of the key. He's a good slasher. That time gets it inside to Yafet. Back outside to Tajay. His 3 is just off the mark. And good ball movement, like you said, for Westlake Prep so far today. Right now, Johnson's got the ball to Calavasso. Good ball movement again. Mid-range jump shot is no good. Sir John now with the rebound. Hounding defense so far by Westlake Prep. Inside to Yafet, and he is
That's
fouled.
a good play right there by Yafet and Serge. Good pass. Yafet goes up strong, gets the foul.
Yep. And when Yafet's playing well for DME, DME plays well.
Yeah.
I think he's a huge, piece and valuable piece to this DME team, defensively, offensively. So it's good to get him going early at the free throw line. Yesterday he was 4 for 4 from the line. Very nice shooting touch.
As he makes the first right there.
Yep.
And I'd like to see DME right out of this free throw, pressure a little bit, get up, speed up the game to their pace, as it looks like they might be doing that.
Yep. Here they go into that, and they went into this yesterday, and they did a good job with it. A little 1-2-2, a little bit of a token pressure, but they can trap out of it.
And those are the type of shots that they want.
And what it leads to is it leads to quick shots, and that's what DME wants. They want quick shots, even if they get a good look. A lot of times that's not Westlake's game, is to take quick shots in transition, and that time worked out in DME's favor.
As that was a tough pass right there by Davion.
Mm-hmm. Ball into John Sanders, up to Sir John. 3-pointer, no good. Out of bounds, still DME ball.
Some of our guys took the ACT, SAT test today. Maybe they're a little
Drained,
slow
little
from
drained
taking
from
that.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to blame it on.
Westlake into this 2-3 zone now. Good decision there by Sir John. Just shots, just a little off the mark. And this is Salvi, the lefty. Beautiful looking jumper for Salvi.
Really nice.
Knocks it down. And DME's down to 7-2. Yesterday they got down early too. They need to improve on their starts.
I think that's what they need to do, is get it into Yafet right there. Play inside out. So that's a little forced.
And Westlake is fast in transition. They're coming. And Coach Kenner not happy. He's sent 5 guys all over to the scorer's table. As DME down 9-2 in 4 minutes against the zone. And against the zone, a couple things I always preach to my kids, how to break a zone, and one of them is ball movement.
Foul
Davion picks up the foul there. I believe that's his first. Yeah, it is his first. His team's first. As we got a new group here for DME. Hopefully they'll bring some energy off the bench.
And you haven't seen Cam Weatherly yet, because he literally just got into the gym 2 minutes before game time from the test. So he's still trying to warm up.
And hopefully they did
bit.
well. Hopefully they did well. Then that's Salvi again. Salvi's a good little player for Westlake. Lefty. And Westlake back into that 2-3 again. And now I think DME's got a little more shooting on the floor with Leo there with Tyrese, unable to knock it down, and also with Yanir.
They need to find Yanir in this 2-3. I know he had oh, that's deep.
That one was a little forced for Salvi, and the coach for Westlake's not happy about that one. but obviously he can shoot the ball. Tyrese now.
They need to get this ball to the middle. There you go. Good things happen. Just like that.
Look at that.
When you get the ball to the middle.
Beautiful offense and right on cue. Good call there by Coach Kevin. High ball screen here for Johnson. Back to Williams.
All these guys are shooting it really well.
And that's Williams' second bucket of the day. Williams is a nice little player for Westlake Prep. They don't have a lot of size, but so far this zone has done well for them. They've rebounded the ball well. There's Darius.
And again,
His
that ball did
no
not
good.
get to the middle. And take a little contested three.
Yeah, you against any type of defense, whether it's zone or man, you want to penetrate the defense. You want to get inside the paint and then outside for shots. You don't want to just take a deep shot without penetrating the defense.
As right now, nobody's in the middle. I need London right now to flash, which I think he's going to. Nope.
It's good ball movement, though.
It is, but they... There, that's your shooter. Just off.
And Yanir's been a little cold so far this tournament. I'd like to see him get going, and Tyrese's floater's off.
I'd love to see Yanir get going, because me and you both know as soon as he gets going, it's going to be a long day for the other team.
Oh, yeah.
As that kid is one of the best shooters I've seen.
Definitely one of the best shooters here at DME as he loses the handle. And that charge attempt by Tyrese screwed up Williams there on that finish.
And I know this is going, it's a little wild right now, and people are missing layups and wide open threes. But I think this helps us. I think this is the pace we want to play at.
Yeah, and the shot's not falling right now, and I think part of the reason is we're not penetrating the zone. You got to get inside, and then you got to go out.
But this group right here, that is a good decision by Coach Kenner to sub 5 in, 5 out. First group was kind of a little relaxed. This group's kind of picked it up a little bit, rebounding, trying to play their style. So,
and it looks like Coach Kenner's going to go a little zone here. The score is 13-4. Westlake Prep with the early lead. And that's a mid-range shot, very flat shot for Williams, doesn't go down. And Leo is fouled. Could have been a travel there, but we'll take the foul call. Back in comes Clevasso for Westlake. He'll get Williams. Tyrese now with the ball into Leo.
Great.
Skip pass to Yanir. His shot's short. And here comes Westlake. Open three-pointer, no good.
Got to box out. Got to put a body on somebody.
Clevasso tracks it down. Gets it back to Miller. Ball inside and travel. Good call there by the ref. And Westlake will call timeout here. Coach Kevin, what are you seeing so far from DME?
They are a little out of control right now. They're playing fast, a little faster than they normally play. But I think there's a lot of turnovers. I think they're seeing Westlake's in a zone, and now they're thinking they could just beat it with the shot. And I've only seen maybe 2-3 possessions where they got the ball to the paint in 8 minutes. And but those 2-3 times, or those 2 times they did, they've gotten layups or a foul on Yafet. And I would love to see London. I think he could, with his body and his size, I think he'd be great right where he's standing right now in the middle, and just work that middle. And I think he could, if he does well, I think he can have about 8 assists this game.
And it looks like they'll switch it up and go man.
I'm not a fan of that call.
And Tyrese's called for the carry. I didn't see it from my angle, but that's a turnover for DME.
Now, would you have switched up going man?
You know, out of timeouts, especially when the other coach is calling timeout, I like to switch it up and then go right back to it just to give him a play off. But
Even when you're
that time he called timeout, and his team's only given up 4 points in 8 minutes. I'm probably not going to switch it.
That's a nice looking shot right there by number 13.
That is Nance
Nance.
off the bench for Westlake.
Nance is supporting that nice haircut.
Iverson cut for Unier again. And he turns it over to Nance. And Nance will flush it home for 2 straight buckets. And Coach Kenner is definitely not happy about that last possession.
I think DME came in here thinking that they were just going to win this game and that Westlake was just going to hand it to us. Well, they're handing it to us in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these guys came out ready to play. I think this is their first game of the tournament.
Yep.
And you know, they're fresh. We played yesterday, but that's no excuse. You know, we got 11 guys over there on the white team, and you know, there's no energy. Normally this team has a ton of energy, and yesterday and today, they just need to pick it up a little bit, and I think that's what Coach Kenner's talking about.
Yeah, and it's contagious, too. It just takes one possession or one player to make a big play, take a charge, to you know, just bring the energy, bring excitement to their team, and they feed off of each other as soon as they do. And so far it hasn't been really anybody. I know Yafet knocked down 2 free throws early, and then Leo had a nice play off of a nice offensive possession. But outside of that, offensively, they have not looked good at all. A lot of they've had some ball movement, but they're not penetrating. They're not getting to the middle. They're not feeding the post. They're not driving, getting into the paint and kicking out. A lot of it's just passing around the wing. So hats off to Westlake so far in this first 8 minutes. They've done a good job, but I think DME could improve in a lot of ways.
A lot of ways.
Mm-hmm. And Westlake back into their man-to-man. Sir John now looks like Coach Kenner went back with his starting group.
I'd like to see John take over this game a little bit.
Yeah, he's a very good scorer. Can score in all different ways. Nice pass there to Davion, and Davion knocks down a 3. Davion had a big 3 yesterday. I think he knocked down 2. He's an improved shooter. Not known for his shooting, known for his athleticism and slashing, but very, very capable shooter.
And that started with John, though. A little 2 dribble penetration and a great kick.
Mm-hmm. And offensive rebounds is not going to help the cause here, as Miller knocks down the 3, his first bucket of the day. And John drives it right back.
That's where John's good at, though.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to see him finish above the rim.
Yep.
And if you haven't seen John Sanders play, he can definitely play above the rim.
I'm not sure what the play was there, but turnover leads to a shot for Westlake, unable to score it.
Good hustle by Davion right there. He's the one who threw it from out of bounds and threw the turnover, and he came all the way back to get that defensive rebound.
John now double teamed behind the back pass to Sir John. His 3-point attempt is just off the mark. He has not been able to get one to go so far. And this is Johnson now with the ball.
As now there's a little more energy on the bench.
Good switch there by DME. Ball inside to back outside. Clavazzo gets it to go at the basket. And I'd like to see who that foul was called on. Looks like it was called on John Sanders. As Clavazzo now with 5 points for Westlake Prep. And this game's getting a little out of hand. 22-7, 15-point lead for Westlake Prep. 16-point lead now.
And it's still early, but these are very important minutes as we're just being kind of lazy with the ball.
Yeah, and right there shows you kind of the way this game started. you know, like,
And it hasn't changed. It needs to change.
yep. Still a lot of time, long game. Sir John now with the ball. To Tajay. Looks inside to Yafet. Good inside out to John Sanders. Three-pointer. Looked like it was tipped.
And I do not want John picking up his second.
Big bucket right there for Osceola.
His first bucket. And Westlake is shooting it really, really well. But they are open shots, you know.
Yeah, a lot of them off of our silly mistakes. And again, right there, got a lucky one right there. Could have given up another bucket. But DME finds themselves down 19 early to what it seems to be an inferior Westlake team.
And DME is trying to push the ball in transition, but it's hard to push the ball when the other team makes shots. Right there, Serge was trying to push it, and 5 guys were already back, and he turns it over.
And there's Salvi there. Aggressive, but turns it over. John now with the ball. That ball was tipped. That ball was tipped. Good call by the ref. And good idea by John. I like that. Yafet is running the floor, and John is looking for him.
As they need to get this ball in.
Second time in a row, almost. You know, they turned it over last time, almost turned it over this time.
But that's kind of where the energy's at for DME, and I want it to pick up, you know. Even on the out-of-bounds play. Good move right there by Yafet using the left.
Yeah, and again, Yafet is kind of ambidextrous. He likes to shoot with his right hand, but finishes better and more confidently with his left hand. So that's very valuable for a big man that can use both hands. And there we go. DME's getting out and running, and Sir John, he's usually the guy that brings that energy, especially in transition, finishing, because he runs the floor hard. 2 back-to-back buckets for DME, and now they're more excited. Shot clock down to 15 for Westlake. Lavasso comes off the screen. Little handoff. Fadeaway jump shot is good. That's Nance.
But those are the shots that you'll live with. You know, that's a tough shot. It's, good, it's a great move, tough shot, contested, and I think Coach Kenner right there is decently happy as that ball was tipped.
Sir John now to John.
And they need to feed the big guy. Yafet needs to post somebody up, get in there. He looks a little tired, but he's wide open if he posts up.
A little sloppy with the ball here by DME.
With 9 seconds left on the shot clock.
And Sir John now with the ball. To John.
Good one more.
Good
pass.
extra pass to Tajay, who's been shooting the ball great. And did they count the bucket? I think they did. They'll count it. That was Davion. Good extra possession. And Davion's been crashing the glass hard. He picked up a foul early from crashing the glass, and right there makes a huge extra possession and scores it. Great play there by Davion. Nice skip pass to John. He likes his mismatch. Skips it to Sir John, still unable to score it. He's 0 for 3 from 3.
And Serge has been off today so far. That is on Yafet, his first.
And Leo will come into the game for Tajay, and Cam will come in, and he will get Sir John.
Now watch the energy pick up because Cam's in the game. I know it's been, he didn't play for the first 13 minutes. I think that's because he was still stretching over there. But he, great energy guy. He gets down and he darts. And I'd love to see them pick it up right here because of him.
Yeah, and he's fast. He's quick.
Oh yeah, he's gonna push this tempo.
He's a quick guard, although he comes in and turns it over right there and gives up a bucket. And that is Nance again. Nance has been great so far for Westlake Prep with 8 points. John inside to Yafet, and he's fouled. And Yafet will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1, where he's very comfortable.
But right there, and we need to work on with all of our bigs. And when they catch the ball, they have to make a move. You know, I know they like to look around and stuff, but if you see a guy coming to double, kick it to the guy that he just went and doubled off of. You know, or if he doesn't come and double, right hand, left hand hook shot. Let's make a quick move, get to the hoop. Because that could have went either way. That could have went with a foul or a travel.
And Yafet misses his first free throw of the tournament. He's now 6 for 7. And yesterday, DME scored 100 points, or around 100. And today, they're at 13 after almost 3/4 of this first half. Camp shots blocked, still DME ball.
And I'm okay with that, though. I think that's the first time somebody's taken it and just said, you know, I'm going to take this to the rim and see what happens.
And Davion will check out. Darius will get a chance here.
There's a sharpshooter, and he'll hit one.
Yep, and nice play there by Leo. Leo had a great day yesterday and picks up right where he left off.
And great double right there by Leo. That's just an IQ play.
Yeah, Leo's a very smart kid and smart player, and he's very skilled, very skilled. He's not an athlete. Not the most athletic guy, but he's very smart, and he can really shoot the ball. So he's very valuable to have on the floor. And that's Salvi.
That was a nice move.
The lefty now with 6 points. They're aggressive, getting to the basket. They can shoot the ball. They're patient. This is a good Westlake team. They don't look it. They don't look, you know, so talented, but they are. They're a very good team.
They play hard.
Yafet out to Leo. Just hit one. Unable to knock it down. And it looks like Yafet crashing the glass will get another chance at the line.
As there's still a lot of time in this first half, I'd like to see them go on a little run here. Maybe cut it to single digits before halftime.
Yep. And Kev, you have a big matchup coming up today. You play against?
I will play against ABI, who actually beat Team White in Atlanta in overtime by 2. So it's I know I'm playing them, but still feels like a little payback game, hopefully. And,
yeah, that'll be a good contest. I know the blue team will play them tomorrow. ABI?
Not anymore, actually.
Oh.
That has changed.
So they'll play 4A?
I'm playing 4A. Team Blue, I think, is going to end up playing tag.
Okay.
And then Westlake is actually going to end up playing ABI.
Oh, gotcha. Little change in the schedule.
It's due to travel, and just like our guys took the ACT today, ABI's are taking it Monday morning, so they kind of want to get back early. As that is on John, I think, and that's his second. I don't know if Coach knows.
Salvi now with the ball for Westlake. Deep three-pointer, just front, off the front rim. Offensive rebound. Attempt is no good. Cam now with the ball. Back to Leo, back to John, and he will shoot it from about 35 feet, and it's no good. Yafet really battling on the boards.
Good job by Leo.
To Cam. And Cam drives it hard, and he scores it.
And this is what Cam can do for the whole team. Get a little energy going. Now they're down 12 now. As Serge and Yanir come back into the game for Yafet and John.
And this is a very talented White team. A lot of talent on this team from the guards especially. and they haven't shown it as much today as they did yesterday, and I'm not expecting that to continue, as Nance has really dominated this first half. He's now got 10 points off the bench for Westlake.
He's very aggressive. I mean, he's just putting his head down and going. And to be honest, I'd like to see us do that.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Cam did down here.
And free throw's no good. Leo with the rebound.
Both teams' free throw line is a struggle today.
Sir John to Cam. Back to Leo to Sir John. Extra pass. Good offense there. Finds
There we go.
Yanir, who can really light it up. He's had some big games so far for Coach Kenner and this white team. He hasn't had a big one yet in this tournament. I'm excited. Hopefully that big one's coming today.
Yeah, he needs it, and I think he can have it pretty easily.
Fadeaway jumper, no good. Sir John with the rebound. And here comes DME.
Find Yanir. He's hot. Oh,
and Sir John's looking for him.
And I think Yanir's got a little better, more hop to his step.
And Yanir, three-pointers, no good, rattles out. And it's Nance who rebounds it. Kicks it up to Johnson. Johnson, back to Nance.
Every time DME wants to go on a little run, Nance and Westlake are right there.
Yeah, Nance is a good athlete. He's only about 6'2", maybe, but he's in the center of their zone and really aggressive on the rebounds, and he's a good player. There's Yanir again for three, off the mark. And Sir John with the offensive rebound. DME has not done well offensively today, but they're crashing the glass hard, which is keeping them in the game.
Yeah, it hasn't been pretty, but they're still well within striking distance, especially since it's only the first half.
13-point lead for Westlake. Sir John looks to cut into that lead here at the free throw line. First one's up, and it's good. Sir John now with 3 points.
And this is where DME is going to start making their comeback, is right here at the free throw line. Get to the hoop. They're already in the double bonus. They're going to get
Second
two
one's
every
good.
time.
DME showing the 2-3 again, and that's Nance. Three-pointer. He has dominated this first half. 15 points for Nance, and they've been all over the floor.
Sir John says I can do it too.
His first triple of the day. Big shot there by Sir John. Sir John's got 5 straight points for DME. And this is Johnson with the ball. Over to Clavazzo. Finds Salvi. His floater's up. No good. Darius corrals the rebound. And here we're off to the races. Cam to Sir John. And he pulls off the NBA shot fake. Get defender off their feet. Draw the foul. I don't know if it's going to be 3.
Yeah, was it 3? Or, ref's saying 3.
He's saying 3. And we don't have instant replay here, so that's a good thing. Because I think Sir John stepped in front of that line. But we'll take 3 free throws.
Yes, we will. As we can get to single digits while he's at the line.
Sir John on a little run here by himself.
That started with Darius's rebound, kick out to Cam, and Cam's speed.
Mm-hmm.
If Serge hits this next one, he'll be the only DME player in double figures.
And he's on an 8-0 run on his own. Keeping DME in this game. He's feeling confident. Skip past to Salvi, back up to Johnson. Good ball movement, and they find their man. Unable to score it.
And they got lucky right there.
And Yanir finds it. Good pass there by Yanir to Darius. 3-pointer's no good. DME has not shot the ball well from the arc today. Salvi to Linden. Turnover. Ball up to Darius. And Darius is fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot two. But it started on the defensive end.
As we are joined by Coach Nacho. Great guy. Their first one is up and no good. Matt, what would you like to see this last minute 54 from our DME guys?
I'd like to see some stops, being aggressive defensively, and continuing to run and push in transition. I think Cam did a good job outside of one turnover, upping the tempo, and it's led to a lot of Sir John buckets and points. And they also need to slow down our buddy Nance from Westlake, who's feeling super confident. And right there, he turns it over. Good defense there by Darius.
And Cam are doing great up top in that zone.
And nice finish by Darius. What an acrobatic finish in play there. Defensively first, and then offensively finishing it. Showing off the moves there by Darius.
And they cut it to 6. And energy's back, and it's because of those two guards up top, Darius and Cam, as they picked it up.
Salvi from the corner, that would have been a killer.
And who else but Cam?
Cam to Sir John, three-pointer, feeling confident, just off the front iron. Nice no-look pass to Salvi there.
We need to get back in transition.
Yep.
As that's the first bucket in a long time for Westlake.
And DME's in that zone, and it's done well for him. But one thing that kills zones is transition. You know, you got to get set up into your zone.
Yeah,
right there they never got set up. Unier refuses the ball screen, gets into the body of Salvi, just unable to finish. And here comes our boy, Nance. 17 first half points off the bench for Nance for Westlake Prep. He has dominated this game on the rebounds, scoring the ball, defensively. He's been great. And Sir John is fouled. It looks like he was on the pass, but DME's in the double bonus, so he'll get 2 shots anyways.
As DME better set up on defense, because there's 3.8 seconds left, and that's a lot of time, especially for Nance, as this ball is probably going to go for him. But they can cut this to single digits, and to me, that's a win for Coach Kenner, as they were down 20 earlier, and to be within a chance right here to get it to single digits, and they do. Surge has 11. That's a win. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going in the locker room not as mad.
And the second one's up and good. Sir John now with 12 points. He's had a good half here. And Westlake Prep's shot does not count.
As the leading scorers for the game so far is with Westlake Nance with 17, and for DME, Sir John with 12.
And we will take a short break. And we are back. DME White versus Westlake Prep. Second half coming soon. Right now it is Westlake Prep with the lead. It has been Nance for Westlake Prep, number 13 with 17 points. For DME, Sir John had some really good minutes. He came in and had 12 off, or actually he started today. He had 12 points and brought a lot of energy. And I'm joined here by Kevin Kozan.
You want?
It's an 8-point lead here for Westlake. DME really brought some momentum into the halftime, cutting into this lead. It was, at one point, I believe it was 19 points.
It was 20 points, actually.
20 points.
Yeah. As I was just up there with Coach Steven talking about the guys with Coach West, it was us three, and he pretty much is the energy. Energy's a big one. And this was a huge one.
And Coach kind of goes with a different lineup. He brings Tyrese in to start. And right there, I think Yafet picked up the offensive foul.
But I'm glad that the first play of the game went inside. They did not, jack up a three.
We have John Sanders guarding Nance here until that switch. But I like that matchup. I think John's a very good defender.
As Davion just gets blown by right there. This Westlake team is, they're in attack mode and they haven't stopped.
Yeah, and they're not very tall. They don't have a whole lot of size, but they battle, they scrap, they fight, and that's.
They play hard.
It's actually fun to watch.
It's
fun to watch. They've been, doing a very good job today. As that is Johnson who misses the free throw. And second one's good. Johnson only has, 3 points?
3
points today. But he's done a very good job getting into the paint, rebounding the ball.
I give it right back to him.
Ball over to John Sanders. And he gets picked. And that's Johnson who brings it back and scores.
He's got 5 now. As I think that's a foul down there by Nance. I don't know for sure. But he has to at least let Yafet, go where he wants. If he wants to go to this block, he can't force him not to go there and ruin his straight line path as he's been doing. So I would like, the assistant coach, Coach Cody over there, who, we don't mention much, but great guy. And I would like to tell him to, tell the refs that you need to let Yafet go block to block wherever he wants.
I agree with you, but look at Nance there. He's had a heck of a game, and he's in there cleaning the floor. What an energy play there.
Hey, it kind of reminds, Michigan head coach Juwan Howard do the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was big on the social media world. Tyrese now with the ball to Davion. Three-pointer. Not a great shot. I think Davion can make it, but
his game is attacking
seconds.
the glass.
Yep, 17 seconds on the shot clock. Could have got a better one. But he gets the rebound here and he pushes it up the break. Nice pass to John Sanders, and John finishes above the rim.
And that's John's first 2 points of this game. But that's where John is really good. And that's where DME's really good. It's out in transition, and that's the first time they actually sprinted the lanes.
Yeah, very nice play there for DME and for John.
Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, and he's the scorer on this team. He's the best scorer on this team. He's been their leading scorer. It's been all, in different ways. It's shooting from the perimeter, but mostly I'd say it's attacking that rim and finishing. And I'd like to see him do that in the second half. And this is Johnson with the high pick and roll. Over to their guy. Driving it hard and scoring. again. Nance.
I really like Nance.
He's tough, man. He's tough. He's only a small 6'2" center, really. But he's tough, and there's Yafet
Great
going
pass
right
by
back at him.
John. As I think John's going to start picking it up right now. 3 points, and then he just assisted on it on another one.
DME into their 2-3 zone. Ball to Nance. Three-pointer just, it looked from my angle, looked like it was going in.
I thought it was for sure going in.
Nice footwork there, no good. Rebound. Back out to Johnson.
2 offensive rebounds in this one possession for DME.
Skip pass to Nance. Inside. Finish, no good.
Almost a
Tipped
third.
out of bounds. That's a good call there by the ref. That's DME ball. And in comes London for Tajay. London had a really energetic game yesterday. He had like 8 or 9 rebounds. He's a very athletic guard, strong build, and he can score it too. So I'd like to see him get going off the bench, really lift up this energy.
You know, I think he's a really good guy to guard Nance.
Yeah.
You know, same body type, you know, both bigger guards, but he's just as athletic as Nance is, and I think that would be a good matchup.
Mm-hmm. And there's a foul there. DME will inbound on the baseline.
As they have been struggling all day with the inbound.
With that same play
against
the zone. It's not been very effective.
As that's a charge. Good job, Tyrese. He's really good at that.
That is so valuable. And Tyrese yesterday, I watched in your game, he actually played with both teams, but he took, with 1 minute left, you guys are down, almost to the point where you need to foul. Late in the game, about a minute left, and he steps in, checks into the game, 2 seconds later takes a big charge. And that is a huge lift for your team, almost more than a dunk or a three or whatever, is getting a charge and sacrificing your body for your team, and I love that about Tyrese. And it's about the same place as he did yesterday.
Yeah, he's a sacrifice kind of guy. He'll do anything to get a win for his team.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guys you want.
Yeah, huge play. And Westlake is not happy about it.
I think he's not happy with the way his guys came out a little bit. I know they're getting steals, getting stops, but they're not emotionally into it like they were in the first half.
Mm-hmm. Score is 48-40. DME with an 8-point deficit. They have not led in this entire game. Although the lead for Westlake is shrinking and shrinking as the game goes on. Sir John is into the game for DME. I actually think he does a really good job off the bench for this white team, bringing energy.
He really does.
And this is Tyrese now. And they like to put Sir John in the post too. He's a good passer. Davion refuses the screen, drives it,
and that's
finishes
where he's
it.
good. That's where he is
really
good.
Nice play for Davion.
Now, he could shoot it outside, but that's where he's the most effective, especially going left.
There's Salvi, deep one. That hurts. That's a big play for Salvi.
Just like the first half, Westlake has been really good at what I like to call stopping the bleeding.
Mm-hmm. When DME gets on a run, they really knock down some shots. That shot's off the mark for London. DME into this 2-3 zone. London guarding Salvi on the perimeter. They like that screen. Three-pointer up, and it's good, man. Back-to-back threes for Westlake Prep.
And that's his first bucket of the game, number 12.
That is Linden with the big, timely threes. Back-to-back.
It was just a 6-point game. Now it's 12.
Yeah, that really hurts for DME. London comes, sets the screen. Yafet now on the perimeter to Tyrese. Tyrese Oh, sorry, Yafet is called for the moving screen. I believe that's his third foul. Oh, sorry, they called it. They called it on Westlake. We'll take it.
I'm a DME fan,
We'll take
but
it.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, we'll take it. And Davion's pass is deflected.
As again, it's deflected. They have been having trouble with it. I don't know if I don't think it's the play. I think it's the cuts.
And also the passing. I think right there, Davion tried to throw it across his body with his left hand. He needs to throw that pass with his right hand. But coach, I'm not sure which coach called timeout. But DME really needs a bucket.
Desperately, I think this is a big time in the game. Down 12. Westlake's feeling it on offense. So they need a.
Yeah, they're feeling confident.
They need a big bucket. I think they go inside to whoever.
Yeah, and for me, I like to switch just like Coach Kenner. My defenses, right there, he switched to 2-3 zone. Westlake knocks down 2 back-to-back threes. They're feeling confident. I'm probably not gonna be in my 2-3 zone the next possession. I may go back to it later in the game, depending on how it's going. But when a team starts to figure out the zone, they start to feel confident. It's never good. And right there, out of a timeout, again, I talked about this yesterday. Our maturity is not good. Bringing what the coach is saying in the timeouts and executing it on the floor.
You know what I would like to see? What DME's gotten away from is that little three-quarter court. Oh, look good. That three-quarter court trap. Try and speed Westlake up a little bit, as they have been speeding us up. And almost another turnover.
Sir John's shot is a little forced. Unable to even find the rim there. And that's Linden now to Salvi. Over to Williams, back to Salvi. Good ball movement. And it looks like there's miscommunication for DME.
Wow.
I don't think they all knew if they were in zone or man.
Nance has 22.
And Nance, off the bench for Westlake Prep, has been the player of the game so far. And Davion with a nice drive, he draws the foul. But this lead has grown back to 15 points. Still a lot of time left. But DME has given up 3 on their last 3 defensive possessions.
Now I love the sub that's coming in for Coach Kenner. Both of them, Cam and Leo. I think Leo's been their best three-point shooter this game. And Cam is their energy guy. And I think he's going to come in. I think this game's going to kind of turn around now with his defense and his talk. Look, he's already talking. He comes onto the court, and he's already talking to his guys, making sure they know what's going on. And I think they're going to little trap right here.
And for me as a coach, we played college basketball together for 2 years, but both of my coaches that I played for in college preached talking, communicating, especially for your guards. If you're a guard and you're not communicating, you're probably not going to see the floor a whole lot in the college world. And the fact that Cam, it's natural for him is valuable, especially at that point guard position. Salvi with the nice finish. Now with 13 points for Salvi.
As this lead grows to 18. And DME can't match the intensity right now. And that went in good, but they're not pretty shots.
Yep. Salvi again, you don't want to leave him open, but he misses that one. Ball's up to Davion, and he drives it hard to the basket and finishes with his right hand. That's a nice play for Davion. I think he's got 10 points so far.
He does. And I'd like to see them go man right here. Get down and guard somebody, as I think they are. And
almost a turnover there.
I like this matchup. Cam is a really good defender.
And ball to Nance. He finds a way, spins around, draws the contact, and he's going to go to the line and shoot some free throws where he hasn't actually – I don't think he's shot a free throw yet today, or maybe a couple. So we'll get a chance to see if he can knock down
Now,
some shots at the foul line.
I'd like to see us try and force him to go right. I don't know if I've seen him go right.
Yep, 100%. Nance unable to knock down the first, and here comes Yanir again for Yanir and for this White team. They will go much further if Yanir is playing well.
Yes.
Because I think for
agreed.
them, you know, John is a very good scorer, and he's had some really good games this year. But if Yanir can get it going, as well as the rest of the team plays well, they're going to be a very good team. Because I've seen Yanir, especially when he played against my high school team, when he gets going, he's confident. He's very hard to stop.
As that was a blown-up play, ends up in the hands of Serge, and he gets the and one, trying to go to the line for an old-fashioned play. Oh.
And, you know, sometimes those loose balls just find certain people. And last year, you know, you didn't get a chance to watch him much, but Jermaine Marshall for our post-grad blue team, the ball always found him.
Yeah.
And really what it was is he found the ball. And I see that a little bit with Sir John, too. He has a knack for finding loose balls and for making hustle plays. And right there, he got one and was rewarded with 3 points. And he is DME's leading scorer with 17.
And he's been pretty much their only offense. Davion has 10 as well. But Serge has 17. The offense needs to go through him now. But they cut this lead to 12, which is big because it was just at 18.
Salvi, floater.
And
Looks
that
like he
can't
was
happen.
fouled. Hit on the elbow on the shot. And the ref saw that one. A lot of good lefties. A lot of good lefties in this game. Davion, Yafet, Yanir, John for DME, and then for Westlake we got Salvi, and we got their boy Nance.
Salvi has 15 now.
And this is Cameron Weatherly with the ball.
Nance and Salvi combined for 38 of the 64 points, and that's not a bad night from two guys.
Yeah. Sir John now being pressured by Salvi. Splits the ball screen. Past the Cam. He drives it back into Sir John.
As he steps out of bounds.
But Cam steps out of bounds. Osceola back into the game.
This is what I want to see DME do right here.
DME looked to go in a trap, and it worked. A cardinal sin. A cardinal sin when you're being pressed is to go behind the back with a dribble. You never want to go behind the back when you're being pressured.
And that's big right there, that turnover. That's what DME's full court man can do to you.
And they leave the wrong guy wide open, but he's unable to knock it down.
But who's right there? London.
Yanir to Cam, to London, to
Great
Leo.
ball movement.
Back to London. Three-pointer. Big shot
That's
for
big.
London.
And those are his first points of the game, but those are huge points.
Big shot for London.
I'd like to see his confidence go up now as they left the wrong guy open, and he makes him pay. Salvi,
18 points. He's been the lead guy in the second half for Westlake. London, same shot, same spot, unable to knock it down, but Cam's there for the rebound, and he finishes. DME needs to get stops. They're scoring the ball a little bit better, but they're not getting stops.
Now, when they go run and gun, they have to know who they're leaving. I don't know if I'm on Salvi right now, I don't know if I'm leaving him to go run and gun as he traveled.
Beautiful pass. Beautiful. Thread the needle. to a running Sir John, and he's fouled. And he's got a chance to cut into this lead again. But the biggest thing for DME, they need to get stops.
There's a lot
Westlake
of
has
time
shot
left,
the
too.
ball really well, especially in this second half. They've made 5 or 6 threes. You know, when DME's trying to pressure, they really need to stop. Bang. Westlake's there to knock it down.
I'd like to see them stay in this full court little man-to-man. As Surge now is 19 to lead DME.
And Johnson's done a good job with the ball, finding his teammates. And right there, three-pointer, no good. Offensive rebound,
Salvi.
and Salvi. He's
He
been
got
their
up.
guy.
He got up a little bit right
Oh, yeah,
there.
he's been their guy in this second half. He's now got 20 points.
As those are the ones we need to finish.
Difficult shot for Salvi, very difficult. Unable to score it, but there's Johnson.
And he's been I know he's only got 7 points, but he's been an animal on the boards. But he goes up and gets a rebound in between. Nice move right there by Cam. In between 3 DME defenders. He just wanted it more. As DME
Williams,
lets
shot's no
Williams
good.
shoot.
Cam, lightning quick. Back-to-back buckets for Cameron Weatherly. And he's starting to feel more confident.
And it's only 11.
And London's called for the foul there. I'm okay with it. He's being aggressive. They're not in the bonus. And he'll come out. Tajay will check back in, and Yafet will check in for Leo. And they need stops, and they need good shots. You know, they need stops and good shots, and that's how you go on runs.
And they are, to me, these past couple minutes, they've been stopping Westlake. What's been the problem is the offensive rebound, second chance points.
Yep.
And that's a foul.
Foul on Tajay. Little hands. And in college, they're going to call that every time. You use your hands in college, they're not letting you get away with it. Here,
Easy.
sometimes in post-grad, they let you get away with that.
Both teams are in the 1-1. Good shot fake.
Good patience there. And that's Linden. That's only his second bucket today. Ball up to Leo or to Yafet. A lot of fouls being called. And right there, Yafet will get a chance to shoot some free throws. And in comes Davion.
Davion gets Tajay.
We haven't seen John Sanders in a while. He's been a little quiet today. He's only got 3 points.
Yeah. As Yafet goes 2 for 2 from the line. Now he's in the double figures.
Big steal there by Sir John to Yanir. Back to Sir John.
Great
Lob pass
decision
to
by
Yafet.
DME.
And Sir John, what a beautiful pass by Sir John.
That cuts it to 9. That's big. And
Almost, and it got another one. And Yafet unable to finish. And one thing with Yafet right there is he leaned a little bit away from the contact. I'd like to lean him into the contact.
go try and dunk on it.
Yeah.
You know, go up strong. Go try and tear the rim down. You know, he's 6'9", and we've seen him dunk multiple times.
Yeah, he needs to be the aggressor on that one. But either way, you know, he's a good free throw shooter. So he cuts the lead down to 8. I think this is pretty much the closest it's been in a while.
Maybe, well, not the whole game, but yes, a while because it was down to 6.
Yeah, it was down to 6. And in comes John Sanders. Now it's down to 7.
That's got 14.
And I think that this style of play really feeds into what John is really good at, and that's running and finishing and scoring. But also in with John comes Nance for Westlake. John to Yanir, three-pointer.
Get
bucket,
in there.
Bucket.
Big three by Yanir.
4-point game. 4-point game, and right there, Yanir, he's been quiet really this entire tournament so far. Knocks down a big shot.
Good hands by Cam.
Way to go straight up, but Nance gets his own rebound. Fadeaway jumper off the mark, and Yafet comes up with it.
As now Westlake's the team a little discouraged.
And John just bullies his way to the rim, just unable to finish. Skip pass, and Westlake looks frantic.
Good job
as
by
Clavazzo
Salvi.
slows it down. Gets the ball to Johnson, and he drives it straight up by Yafet. Second chance buckets, just like you're talking about, have been huge for Westlake. And right there, that's Johnson, who's had a solid game. Solid game by Johnson.
That was a very big bucket. And this free throw's a big bucket to make it out to a 3-possession game.
And he knocks it down. He's in double figures now for Johnson. And a lot of his points have just been off hustle plays.
And three people for each team are in double figures, as Nance leads all scorers with 23.
Yafet now left wide open at the top of the key.
Don't leave
Yanir,
this guy open. He's
step
feeling
back.
it.
Rattled in and out.
As I don't think.
Good defense by Yafet, blocking that shot. Yafet to John, drives it straight at the rim, and he's called, I think it looked like a charge, but he was on the cylinder, so it's an automatic blocking call.
Now, no, I don't mind the fouls of both teams, but throughout this whole tournament, there's been a lot of fouls called, and I think it's because, now they're paying attention more to hands and charge circles, and now it's actually college rules.
Yeah.
So.
And it's good that we're playing by the college rules. It's getting them used to, what to expect at the next level.
Of course.
And John there with a good strong take. And nothing better for a scorer getting to the free throw line, feeling a little confident, seeing the ball go in. Still a lot of time left, 7 minutes left.
As I would like to know how many fouls it is on Nance. Is this the first time he's sat all game? Or not? Yeah, Nance.
And second one is up and good. John now with 4 points. And DME stays with this full court man-to-man pressure.
Good defense right here by John.
And John is hounding him. Salvi, free throw, or floater, no good. Cam.
Watch John get up right
to
here.
John. And his shot is pinned on the backboard by Johnson. Huge play by Johnson. And he finds Salvi on the other end, cherry picking.
Oh, but he rolls his ankle.
But he's limping off the floor after a bucket.
He's got 22
And it
now.
looks like a cramp. But what a huge play by Johnson to block that shot and find Salvi on the other end for a huge 4-point turnaround there.
John needs to go up with his right hand right there. He tried going up with his left. Or if he does go up with his left, go try and dunk it. Same with what Yafet did. And if he goes up and tries and dunks it, it's going to be a foul.
And that time he finishes on the other side of the rim with his right hand and scores it. And I like that play, actually, Coach Kenner called for John. I think it uses his personnel well with finding his guards in the post. John's a good scoring guard, especially around the rim.
He's got big guards.
And same with Sir John, who can really score around the rim. So I like that play, especially for this team. And right there, John scores it.
And he's got 7 now.
He's got 4 straight points for DME. Risky pass there and turnover. This Westlake team is starting to get a little bit frantic. Getting late in the game, it's crunch time. They're not feeling as confident. And also Nance being in foul trouble is really hurting him. I hear him on the bench talking to his teammates, saying we need to get a stop. I like that from him as a leader.
Yeah, when you're the best player on your team, you also need to be the best leader. And so far we've seen that from him.
And nearly a turnover there. Davion with the ball to John Sanders. And he's got Salvi on him. And he drives it, and he's fouled. And he'll get a chance to go back to the free throw line where he just knocked down his last 2.
Because I don't think Westlake's coach is too happy.
And it's been a lot of foul calls in this game. It's just been the way the game was called. I don't think either way there's been, any favoritism, but it's a lot of calls.
As that cuts it to 4, and we got ourselves a ball game. Now we need some stops down here. And well, with Nance out, this is our time to do it.
Big buckets, big points there by John. He's now got 9. The last 6 for DME. And Johnson turns it up. Oh, yep, he turns it over. Sir John to John. Acrobatic finish for John. He's got the last 8 points for DME. He can score in bunches for John Sanders. And nearly another turnover, and that's our 6'9"
Yeah, I like
center
to see that.
Flying around in the press. What a play by Yafet.
And that's not what you want to do, but he can get up.
And John is dominating this game in the last 2-3 minutes with an incredible block. It's just a 1-point game, and this is becoming the most exciting game so far this tournament as the pressure is picking up for DME. And right there, Yafet picks up a foul. I believe that could be his 4th.
It might be. I have 3 here, but it really might be his 4th.
And that is Johnson going to the line for Westlake Prep. And the stat sheet will not tell you how well Johnson has played today. You have to see it for your own eyes, but he is a good basketball player. He's a solid, and for Westlake Prep, he's been playing the point guard position, but he's an athletic guard. He's handled the pressure very well outside of, he just had a turnover, and he's rebounded the ball well.
And he's had 2 really big blocks.
Yep. He's a good, solid point guard for Westlake Prep. John with the ball, driving it hard to London, to Sir John.
Oh,
back to John, and that's the shot you want.
This is big.
That's the shot you want.
It.
And that's the first lead for DME in the entire game, and it comes with less than 5 minutes to go. But again, DME penetrated the defense.
And we
they
just
got
lose
inside,
somebody.
and they found John for a 3. But right there, little miscommunication on the trap. Someone's got to drop weak side.
As I like to see the ball get back into John's hands.
It has to. Absolutely has to. He's got the last DME 11 points and make that 13. He has scored the last 13 points for DME.
And now he's got 16 in the game, and he had 2.
3. He had 3.
3 coming into halftime?
He had 3 up until about 3 minutes ago.
I mean, he's taken over this game. And give credit to his teammates, too, for realizing that. That just goes to show how smart they are of saying, hey, you know what, John Serge had the first half, and John's taken over the second half, and very unselfish.
Free throw's no good, but John gives DME the lead, and what an energy boost he has brought this team as he picks up a foul there. Not a good foul, by the way, because this will give Johnson 2 more free throws at the free throw line.
That's his third I have, but it could easily be 4 as well. And Nance is still on the bench.
Yep.
And he's been on there a while.
And usually with 4 fouls, this is where, as a coach, this is where I would put my player back into the game, is right around 4 minutes.
Maybe he feels comfortable.
Depending on the feeling, maybe a little give or take a little bit, but right around 4 minutes, I'm going to take my chances and I'm going to put him in. Otherwise, what are you saving him for?
Yeah, he's got 23 in the game. He's been an absolute monster.
John's shot is blocked. And this is Salvi getting above the rim. He's finishing above the rim. He's now got 24.
No, he's the leading scorer. And that hurts because that brings it back to 3, but this is probably going to tie it up right here. Nope.
John's 3 is no good. That would have been a big one.
Now he's getting away. He's a little tired, but he's got to get back to get into the hoop. And that's a very strong move.
Take. That was Johnson again.
15.
He's now got 15. He's really picked it up, scoring the ball, but he's had a very efficient game. And we got a timeout called by Coach Kenner as his team looks gassed. Score is 87-82. It's a very hard-fought and competitive game, back and forth, especially of late. Westlake holding on to a 5-point lead. So Nance actually fouled out of the game, and John Sanders has 4 fouls. So a lot of foul trouble here on both sides.
And Yafet has 3.
Yafet has 3. He should be good to go with 3. Only 3 minutes to go, but it's a tight game. Right there, DME went off to a huge run. They're battling. They're fighting. Looks like they got a little gassed. I think that's a really, really well-used timeout for Coach Kenner. Called a full timeout, get his guys a minute to rest and regain their strength and energy, and hopefully he drew up a good play here for them to execute.
And for DME, I still want that ball to get into John's hands eventually. And for Westlake, I think it's got to go through Salvi. Salvi or Johnson, either number 20 or 5 for them.
And Cam refuses that screen, finds Yafet, back to John.
Now I would
6.
clear out.
Shot clock's at 4, 3, 2.
And he traveled.
And London travels.
In that position, I mean, John has to just kind of back it out, and then let's get downhill. Get downhill, and kind of like what I did yesterday with Bailey, who had 37. I'm clearing out everybody and letting John go left to his strong hands.
Yeah, and that's 2 times today that DME has turned the ball over after timeouts, and that's really not what you want as a coach. As Salvi, man, he's a nice crafty scoring wing
26.
for Westlake Prep.
That's huge. That is huge right there by Serge.
Big shot from Sir John out of Serbia to cut the lead to 4. That was a one of those shots where, you gotta have a lot of confidence.
Yes.
And
And he hasn't. And what's amazing, he hasn't scored it in a while. I think he had that might have been his first bucket this half, to be honest.
in a long
That
time,
is a
yeah.
very, like you said, very confident shot. And
That's one of those shots where if you miss it, the coach is going to be screaming at you. But on the other hand, he made it, so, oh, my gosh, great shot.
We took a couple of those in college.
Yeah, so, really, really nice play there by Sir John. And again, this timeout, I think it helps DME. It helps DME keep their energy. And because they're pressing, they're the team that needs this energy to press, and Westlake, they just need to handle the ball. But outside of Johnson, for Westlake, they've looked a little shaky handling the ball against this press.
Yes. And who do you know? I can't remember who took that timeout.
I think that was Westlake.
I don't know if I'm a fan of that, as now that gave a chance for DME to set up their defense, but it didn't hurt them. So maybe I was wrong.
And here's John inside to Salvi, back out to Johnson. They're taking all their 30 seconds of this shot clock. And again, Salvi finds a way to get the ball in the bucket. 28 for Salvi.
Now I'm putting Surge on him. Right away. And that's a turnover, and John has fouled out.
Not a great play there by John, and that really hurts. That really hurts DME because that's a turnover, then it's 2 free throws, and he's fouled out.
And I think they're talking about a clear path.
No, there's no clear path here in college.
Or intentional, maybe the coach is talking about.
Yeah. But that is a hurtful possession there for DME. Although John's not getting off the floor. Maybe he only has – oh, no. There he goes.
Yeah, I went over there. And
in comes Yafet. And right now with John off the floor, who are you going to?
Surge. I'm trying to get the ball in the surge. First, I'm trying to get Cam downhill. Let's get downhill. Let's go. Now you got to look up. And let's hit this shot right here.
Ball's with Davion now. He drives it hard. His floater rolls around the rim. It's no good. But he gets the rebound, and he is fouled. So that's a great possession for DME because now the clock stopped. Davion gets 2 free throws and hopefully cuts into this lead again. So
and then, if I were Coach Kenner, maybe, Yafet's been playing really well, but I'm putting a guy at the foul table or to check in when Davion gets the ball second so we can set up our press.
Yep. I like to do that too with my guys.
And I would put in London. London's got he's great, athletic.
Oh, yeah, very, very aggressive and athletic guy by London. But he's going to roll with the guys he's got, and Davion steps up and makes 2 big free throws. Salvi, jump pass. Not a good one either.
And that's a quick shot. That's what we want.
That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. Here comes DME. Sir John to Davion.
Big shot.
Big shot. No good. DME with the rebound. Sir John, step back 3. No good.
We don't need threes, though.
Another rebound. And Sir John is fouled, and he just lays on the floor.
Now, Davion made both of those.
He made both, yep.
Gives him 12. And, I like how we're getting the offensive rebounds and all that. But we don't need to hoist up threes. We're down 5.
So much time.
There's a ton of time left. You're in the double bonus. And Serge missed his first 3, got it back, and then he decided, he goes, you know what? I'm going to go in.
Yep, good smart play there. And a bunch of times today, DME has had opportunities at the basket and missed because they're using their strong hand on the wrong side. Like right there, Sir John, he tried to finish with his right hand instead of trying to finish with his left.
Yep.
And he's done that a couple times today, and same thing with, I think, Cam and John. So something that you see a lot with especially younger guys is Sir John misses 2 big free throws.
And those is what hurts you. And Johnson right there, I just got to give him credit. I mean, he was going full speed, and he decided, you know what, we need to slow it down. And that's a great pass.
Yeah, I'm really impressed.
And that
by
gives Salvi
Johnson.
30, though.
I'm really impressed with those 3 guys for Westlake Prep. Salvi, Johnson, and
Nance.
They have really been, just dominating this game. Those 3 guys. For Westlake, no one else has more than 6 outside of those 3. And for DME, there's a, it's kind of more spread out, as they got what, 1, 2, 3.
They got 4 guys in double figures.
4 guys in double figures. Plus you got Cam with 8.
As that's 3 free throws missed in a row for DME, and that's
That's the game.
Yeah, you hit those, you're down 4 right now, and you hit this one, you're still 1 possession game, and you still don't even need a foul. 46 seconds left, you could play it out, and they're down 6.
Timeout there, and for DME, it was the start. The start of the game killed them. They got down early by 20 points. It's not easy to win games when you're down by 20 points, and they fought all the way back. And actually gained the lead. They had the lead by 1 at 2 different occasions, but they ran out of gas a little bit. And Westlake, led by Johnson, Nance, and Salvi, that trio, the big 3, they just had too much for DME today.
No, Nance has been good all game, and then he fouled out, and Salvi and Johnson just said, you know what, let me take the torch. And they did a great job. I mean, I got to give a lot of credit to Westlake. They came out, and they really took it to us.
Yeah, they battled. Now, the game's not over.
No.
It's not going to be easy to win it for DME. It's a 2-possession game. But their press has been effective lately. And right there, Westlake breaks it. And they're fouled. Only 5 seconds came off the clock, so still 41 seconds left. But Williams will go to the free throw line. He's only got 6 points.
This is a guy you want to foul, actually, as he has struggled shooting, and I think this is his first time at the line.
But he knocks down a big one.
He rattles that one in.
Knocked down a big one there. And in comes Yafet for London.
That gives them 7.
Sir John with the rebound. He pushes it hard, and he finishes right there with his left hand. That's a big possession.
It is.
They made a trade. Sir John made 2. Sir John got 2 points, and right there Williams only got 1. So that's a good trade there.
Down 5.
Now we're only down 5.
I'm still looking for a trap first, and I might even wait till he gets across half court, and then foul.
Yep, they're going to need to make a big play. They're going to need to get a turnover. They're going to need to get a steal and score. Because eventually, if you keep trading points, this 34 seconds is going to go by quick. They need to make a big play and get a big bucket.
And last weekend in Atlanta, we were up 6 with 12 seconds left, and we ended up, being on the bad side of that. And right here, we're down 5 with 34, so crazier things have happened.
Yep. And Salvi goes long. Deflection there by Yanir. And a steal. Big
and
play.
A bucket.
Big play. Exactly what you need. Now, DME eventually is going to have to foul here if Westlake does not turn the ball over. And that's what you don't want. You don't want buckets. And here comes Cam. Still plenty of time here. Davion drives it and scores. It's a 1-possession game. And Coach Kenner's going to call timeout. It could be his last
Now with 15,
one-possession game.
yeah, do you foul or do you trap?
You
What are you doing?
So you're going to have to trap because
Trapping.
if you foul, the game could be over. So you're going to have to trap here. I would do one trap and then foul. If they break
Yep.
that first trap, you got to just foul. You got to extend the game because you never know what could happen. But the worst thing you want to do is trap and then let this 15 seconds wither away.
And then they got to realize, even if they foul, only probably 2 seconds are going to come off. So I'm going to guess around 13 seconds. You don't need a 3. I mean,
Yeah, you need a quick basket.
need a quick one.
A quick basket.
now if it is a wide open 3, take it. But you don't need one. Don't force it.
Now, you're hoping that, and late in games, there's pressure on these free throws coming up.
There
Whoever's
is.
getting fouled. I mean, hopefully it's not Salvi or –
And number 2 just missed one, so I'm waiting for him to get the ball. As soon as he gets the ball, I'm fouling him.
yeah, and these ones are even more pressure than the one he just missed.
Exactly.
So there's pressure on these, so it's not easy to close games out close like this.
I'm not letting Salvi touch it. That's my thing. And there he gets it.
And right back to Clavazzo.
Oh, he walked.
And right now, you got a foul.
And they missed the walk.
And Clavazzo, who's been quiet, he started off the game with a quick 3 and bucket.
And this is a good guy to foul. I mean, I think he's been sitting a while. He looked a little rushed with that ball there. But the bad part is they get 2 shots.
Yep.
As he misses the first.
This is the first one badly.
And this is big. I don't know how many timeouts we have left, but 10 seconds is a lot of time, and I'm still getting downhill.
Yep, and if he makes this one, you go for a quick 2. If he misses, you could go for 3, and he makes it. So
Wow. And timeout by Westlake. And I don't like that because now I think Coach Kenner's out of timeouts, or else I think he would have used one maybe. But now it gives Coach Kenner time to draw up a play.
Yep.
And he
now with being up 4 for Westlake, you just want to play it straight. You do not want to foul. You don't want to give DME any opportunities. You basically just want to waste time.
Yep.
You know, just stand there basically. For DME, right now would have been a great time to have John just drive it straight to the rim and score. Since John's got 5 fouls, I think that guy's Cam or maybe Yanir or even Sir John, who's played good today. You just want to get right to the rim.
Yeah.
And then when you score, the clock stops. In college, the clock stops. In high school, it keeps going. So when they take the ball in, you're going to have to make a play. You're either going to have to steal it or get a 5-second call because you're 2 possessions away from winning the game.
And I'm trying to hit Surge, like you said, or Cam, if Cam's in the game, on the run to their strong hand, and I'm going. And I'm trying to find contact. As ABI just showed up, and that's who I am playing next game here in about 30 minutes.
Yep. Going to be a good contest today. And here comes Cam. They go to Cam. And he needs to go. He needs to go immediately. Westlake with the full court pressure. Yanir with the 3. No good. Sir John now needs to. His shot's no good. And DME falls 98-94 to a very tough Westlake team. Player of the game for Westlake was definitely Salvi. He led them with 32 points. For DME, it was Sir John. It was a very hard-fought battle. DME just came up short. Sir John led him with 24 points today. And we will be right back. The next game will be between DME Black and ABI out of Atlanta.